So to kind of kick this off, I want you to picture that we're on an island. Now for some of you, you're like, either A, anybody going on vacation, by the way, anytime soon? To an island? No? Okay, well, let's just pretend we're going right now. Now on this island, though, there is no Wawas, there is no Starbucks, nothing. We just feed and clothe ourselves basically on the materials of the island. That sounds like a lot of fun, right? No. But let's just pretend that we're there. We've been there for 200 years, and let's say this is the tribe that we currently are at now. The biggest challenge we've had, though, in the past 5 years is getting our water. The river is over 2 miles away. We have to get that water, clean it, get it to the center square of our village, and then obviously be able to use it and disperse it. And we've had a lot of challenges doing that. So we went to the civilized world, if you will, to get 2 contractors to come out to help us out. Now, what we decided to do is just be able to keep those 2, not just 1. Why? We want to keep our costs down. We want to make sure that they do a great job and that they don't obviously cheat us. So one group comes in and says, you know what, I'm going to get started right away. He grabs 2 galvanized steel buckets, goes from the river all the way back to the center square, back and forth every day, by himself, 2 miles. Young guy, can do it. We're like, okay, this is great. The second guy, though, leaves, goes back home. Says, I'll be back in 6 months. Now, we gave him a deposit. We gave the other guy a deposit. The other guy's working, this guy isn't. He said, I need to go back home for 6 months and I'll come back. We're a little nervous. I'm sure we've all been in that spot before where we've probably had to do some, whether it be cleaning or painting our house, when we paid somebody. The last thing you want to do is have somebody say, I'll be back in 6 months after they take your deposit, right? So we're a little nervous. We've never done this before. Well, after 6 months, this guy's going back and forth for 6 months. This isn't the most efficient way possible, but it's working. We don't have to worry about it, and we've had some challenges before. All of a sudden, the other guy comes back. Says, I'd like to call a town meeting. The first guy's laughing. He's like, I got this deal in the bag. He's like, I'm going to get this guy's contract. I'm going to double my revenue. This is going to be fantastic. This guy's going to be around. This guy's a joke. They're going to laugh him off. So he gets to the center of the square, and he addresses us all, and this is what he says. He says, I know for some of you, you've probably been a little nervous as to why I left for 6 months. And everybody, all of us, are shaking our heads yes. He said, what I was doing that was really assessing, though, your situation here. Because what I see is that you just don't need water. You need the effectiveness to get that water so that you're not worried about it. It's clean. You can utilize it, but more importantly for you specifically, recycle and use it so that for yourself in your own area, you're not going to deplete probably the key resource that you guys need because you don't have the technology we have. Is that true? And we're like, yeah. The first guy's thinking, I'm just here to haul buckets. I'm not really worried about what you need. You wanted water, I'm getting the water, that's it. So the second guy says, here is the plan as to what we're going to do. Number 1, we're going to build a pipeline from the river to the center of the town, no buckets. We're going to then take smaller pipelines and divvy that out from the center square well into each of your village huts so that you can have the water on your own. You don't have to walk, half a mile, if you will, all the way to the center square. You can actually have the water in your hut, so no matter the weather, no matter the challenge, you have the water. Number 3, there's going to be a filtration system in that pipeline. The water's already going to be cleaned. You don't have to clean it anymore. There's no worries about that. Number 4, we're going to teach you, believe it or not, how to use the water for better uses for cleaning, how to be more efficient with it, so that you don't deplete your resource, so that for the centuries upon centuries down the road, you will make sure to be able to protect your village, your future families. First guy panics. He's like, I'm just hauling buckets. So he gets his 2 sons out of college. He says, just drop out. He gets 4 more buckets, and he goes back and forth, trying to compete. Lowers his costs, still can't compete. Because the second guy had the lowest cost structure possible. This guy could not compete. Eventually, the whole job was awarded to the second guy, and obviously the village lived happy ever after. We had our water, all that good stuff. Now, my question to you in that story, though, is in your strategic planning efforts, your execution, all these projects that you came in the window or in the room with, where are you hauling buckets and where are you building pipelines?